Hello, comrades, and welcome back to Neuve Revergrad, the city where people escape. hopefully, hopefully we've got a lot of that under control. I was looking around. Kindergarten seemed to be a bigger problem than I was giving them credit for. So, I'm wondering if they'll escape because of kindergartens. But in the meantime, the biggest thing I want to see if it has an impact, and I sort of don't want to change everything because I'd like to learn from the experience, and I'd like you guys to learn from the experience. We have this coal-fired power plant, and one of the suggestions I got is I could build more city halls and also maybe some more of these pollution monitorings. But if we do this, you can see we're getting some pollution, but now it's less than it was. But it was at one point polluting all the way down into here. So what I would like to do is shut off this power plant. Oop, let me pause time to start the episode. But I've been playing time forward, just going around getting things constructed and just generally doing some positive things, I guess you could say. So let's go ahead and import for a while as much as we need to. We've got almost $1.5 billion, or I'm sorry, rubles. You can tell I'm American if you couldn't from my accent. All right, so anyway, let's come back. Well, yeah, we'll come back here and we'll just shut this off by using the people. Take that down to 0. And see. Now, as far as other pollution in this area goes, let's take a look. Yeah, I don't see any coming from anything over here, right? Like nothing. These are all like bright green. And I'm assuming these will all get back to 100% bright green. I can see they're a little bit yellowish green or yellow even near the houses. So we'll see what impact they have on people. Now, we have a lot of plus 21-year-olds, and somebody was mentioning that their escapes drop off dramatically when they get plus 21-year-olds removed. So I will do that. I'll try to move some more people around, but let's get a little bit more settled in where we're at, because we do have some people we can move, right? And it does make sense. Like if you permanently leave plus 21-year-olds, you would think eventually they'll just move out. Though it would be kind of nice to be able to identify them a little easier. But I do have a bit of a more construction project, or another construction project I was thinking of. We are working on our last radio station. And one of the things I was thinking about that really wouldn't hurt with these people getting all their stuff. Now look, they're getting happier. Like it's easy to sit here and go, oh, they didn't go up, but it is going up. It's just not, these don't quite move as fast as I would want them to. Now, these people are complaining about no kindergarten. It looks like there might have even been a house here that burned down at one point. Nah, that was the design. I don't think they would have burned down on both sides. But why don't we give some more kindergartens over in this area, just so that we know that's not an issue. Yeah, I guess we could go like right. Well, we're in the power lines there. Can we get out of the power? Oh, I saw green. And then let's spin this guy around and oops. Yeah, we got a footpath right blocking where his road would go, but I think we can take care of that. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, let's probably doesn't. The footpath's a little bit redundant anyway, I think. Should make this a walking road. Yep. Alright, so let's commit to said walking road, and then for now I guess I'll just get this guy who's working on the radio station to work on these two roads. Alright, we'll just leave him shrunk for a minute. Now the other thing, I mentioned the radio station. We have this inner loop. And I really, I just laid it out there, and really it's not having been built. I guess this would have to be where we'd get people in, though. Yeah, we wouldn't really want to interfere with their normal route here. So we'll build this long so that we can get trains in here when we want them. What I'm thinking of with this loop is that we put a train station near our TV station here that we think they could walk to both, right? We'll get some footpaths going. Let's come up here and should it be a large? Well, you know what? This is the grand city of Neuve Revergrad. why should I even ask, should we build a large platform or not? Let's control, get that nice and square since everything else is square. And that's pretty much the middle, I would think. All right, and then we'll do the same exact thing on the opposite side. And these are symmetric buildings, so I don't even have to rotate it. Now this one's not so in the middle, is it? And then we don't have a road for some reason. Make this a walking road. All right, well, I don't think we need this one just yet. But that way we could have people on walking paths. So I won't do the walking path there, but we could do a few other. Let's commit to that. And then let's see if we get them maybe off to the little angle. Now, what do we want to do? I'm going to make it look kind of nice. I'm thinking this isn't a walking road here either, is it? Yeah, let's upgrade that to a walking road without cutting off their ability to do that other construction, right? Yeah, so we'll have to get some walking paths. Let's let some of that stuff get built up. This one's a little bit more. Yeah, we don't have. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we do that and that, right? And then we could get them a few walking paths. Good. All right, so now. That was a long game save, or it felt longer. Yeah, it definitely takes longer to save the game when you're. Yeah, and then when this road gets built and they can come around the other way, or this one, and then we can get them doing this, this, and this, and that's quite a bit. But we could also maybe get them there. This guy, I don't think. Yeah, he's just doing the radio station, and this guy's doing everything in the world, but. Let's head back and get these guys doing it all as well. Oop. Yeah, I kind of knew that didn't attach, but I missed. Alright, so then we'll design some train tracks very shortly here. If you didn't see that coming. We'll leave all three of those open. So now, yeah, I probably should have done that a little bit more. Let's make sure we can. I guess so, yeah. Let me put the wireframe on just to see how close. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, now is that going to cause a problem for people? I don't really expect too much traffic in and out of town here, so let's spin around and I'm just going to let this run long. Leave this one here, and then so this is like a half. 1, 2, 3 would be like here if you want a nice turn. Pretty nice. I'm glad we were able to do that. Sometimes they don't like you when you do it that way, but there we go. So that's not too bad, right? And then we would do the same thing here if we can. We might. That's the delete tool. We don't want that. We can. run this one long. That's about straight. Stop that. All right, look pretty decent. Yeah, so that would just be, you know, one long loop that goes around the inside, and then we could have it stop at each of these places and just bring people. Now, the other thing that I see as a bit of a problem is people. And I don't mean that in that people are a problem, just that, you know, I think that we would be better off if we had people that were living close enough to these that they could get to these train stations to go to the stores, but then also be able to go to work at any of these places, because they actually do need a fair number of people. Between, it's like 200 people for each. So I'm thinking that what we could do is design something around, you know, here. Now, be a little bit curious. Let's get our measuring tool. Yeah, that's 275. That's going to be a good walk to get over to here. Now that's 275 to the middle. I'm not sure. I think they count it to like where they go in. At least it seems that way for most part. Like if you look at the, like where can people walk from here thing, like it seems, see how it's like measuring to, not to the middle of that train station there. See, it's measuring to like where they would go into the train station. So, yeah, and then this one, I think one of the problems with this guy here, yeah, see, he can't get to a kindergarten. So what I'm debating is, do I build some houses right in here? Do we leave that for like decorative purposes? I mean, I could probably maybe just put like a couple houses. Thank you. Yeah, let's see what kind of buildings we would want. Prefab flats. We want like higher quality. Do we have? These only hold 73 workers. But they kind of look center city-ish, right? Yeah, let's go with some prefab flats. And just make sure they're close enough. We don't have to have like everyone. I can't really see any which way I try this. Yeah, let's put right. We'll do the same thing right over here. I don't know, are they even? Something like that. I don't know if there's a road there or not. Yeah, so like on that line, it doesn't have to be that exact. Yeah, let's go a little closer. Right, and then what I'm thinking is maybe we just do like a whole row of them, like right across here, if we put a road. And we would want to continue this road. Yeah, you know what? It's just a dirt road anyway. Let's make it one more or less one construction project, and then we'll come like right here, and then we're going to delete that road in half a second anyway. Yeah, I was talking to Off the Rails during the live stream, and he was mentioning that he doesn't even worry about these roads anymore because they're harder to build than the footpaths, and the people like the footpaths anyhow. So, and construction vehicles, so we're going to try a little bit of an experiment here, right? We're going to do, let's do, yeah, I don't really even want, well, you know what, you might as well attach to the dirt road, I guess. Right? Oh, you don't have a footpath out the back. No, that's all right. So we'll put you, let's see if we can get 4 of these in. So this one, I think that's, All right, so that'll give us quite a few more houses. And then what I'm thinking of is these people will need schools and whatnot. So we'll try to do the same thing down the other end if we have room. Ooh. Yeah, so let's get them. Yeah, I'm thinking we build them like a school and a kindergarten, and then we'll get a footpath or whatnot so those other people on the other side can share that, right? So we'll do another school here. And a kindergarten. So hopefully that's not too far for these people, one way or the other. Let's see, what does our measuring tool say? Yeah, it should be close. As long as they have decent footpathage, I think they'll be all right. Yeah, let's see how that works out. Let's commit to these railroad tracks. And then I need to get somebody in to construct this, huh? Railroad track, that is. Yeah, we might as well get that started. So we have this cross. Do we need a crisscross, or can they just come in here? I mean, they're just going to be coming in the one side. I have it over this way as like a crisscross. Yeah, you know what? This guy's working down there, but 99.66. Yeah, can you... Is there any reason they wouldn't be able to work in and out of here? Well, let's purchase enough of it that they can get to the crisscross, right? Without having to, like, get all fouled up. As soon as they can actually cross, then they can do it on their own. Well, now this... No, I don't think... Yeah, see, that's not... Yeah, I don't want this. Oh, no, I didn't mean to purchase that. Darn it. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Right. And then... Yeah, so this is going into here. Can I get this? No. You know, let's... I think I could if I... It's the fact that that was... Yeah, there we go. Alright, so they should be able to come in there both ways once we get a little bit of this done. I'd have to purchase those two bits and then put... Oops, come on. There we go. That's fine. So only one of them can work on it because it's only one way in, but that's all right. We can keep them working on this. Now, what's the story with this guy? He just, that's all he could do. Oh, nope, oh, okay. Okay, this guy is probably coming in, and so is I relocated two of them. It's a real pain once they have... Once they have signaling on here, there's no end to the frustration. But this guy needs some signaling because he goes onto the regular tracks. Now these guys, once they get in there, they should be okay, and then we can start... See, there's no signal, so even though they might run into each other, I can get them, you know, working on things like this and just this track in general. These guys are working their way up into here. There we go. Good. All right. right, so now that you guys are so close, well, let's let them both get in there. Maybe we'll just hang out here for a minute and take a look at this. Other than that, I've just been going around and, you know, signing constructions. I expanded their construction zone a little bit. I didn't really pay enough attention. Look, we got a one of these. All right, so I've just been coming up into here and just assigning mostly the roads. And once we get those done, it shouldn't be too bad to do the buildings. And then these guys are working on the quarries, and I got this one working on some more of the roads over into here, which he's doing pretty quick when they're just gravel. It's amazing how much longer it takes to do roads that aren't just gravel. Yeah, see, as soon as I get into this walking road, it's that one's taking forever today. Missing boards. Oh, that's another thing. I did go ahead and just purchase boards into here at least. So if that's where they're going to get boards, then they should be closer. You know what? This one, you know what? We're going to purchase boards up here. Oh, is it because we're not bringing boards? Nah, we just have board problems. Let's just go ahead and purchase a few boards. There we go. You know what? I didn't even think of that they were getting their supplies from there. But there we go. So now we got boards. And we also have one conveyor that needs to be turned from white. All right. And then these guys got in there safely. Yeah, so these two are working on those lines. And I'm thinking, why don't we just send these two out to get these two done for the moment, which won't take them real long. But then eventually I can come back and get them to start working on this whole line up this way and in there. And then the other guy, by the way, I want to work him in and start working on these tracks. The one that's across the river. And let's see, did we ever do what I wanted to do with this one? Why do you have 4? Oh, no. You know what? I did the wrong. I did the wrong one, didn't I? Oops. Oh, look at all the ones you've got. Auto search. No. Right. All right, now let's try this again. I never even noticed that guy was on auto search. There we go. So they should be able to work on these two, get that done. Like I was saying, Riverview, Reverdema. All right, so I have a little bit of an excuse. So this guy, is he working his way into here? Yes. Good. And that'll have to be electrified eventually, and he can work his way all the way around the loop. By then, the railroad stations will be done. The ones that he needs to. Good. All right, so I don't know if that's enough housing, but once we get it ramped up, we can kind of weigh it out. And I'm as much interested in getting some trains going around to try to even out the load a little bit more. I'm not sure how well that'll work for people and they're getting stuff, but I don't think it'll hurt necessarily either. So now let's take a look at the situation over here. We should pretty much be pollution free. If we look on our monitor here. Yes, we are pollution free. So no one should be escaping or their lifespans are up. So if they're escaping from over here, it's because they're just not happy with us. Not because of pollution. Right. Now the problem is these people are doing very little. But I just want to relocate some of the people from around town. Yeah, there's no plus 21s in that house. Yeah, only 11. All right, so this isn't plus 21ville. Now, how are we doing on our escapes? This month, well, it seems to be about the same. Yeah, last month was kind of down. Let's see. Let's take a look at the whole year. What are we in September? Good. Yeah, it's certainly maybe dropped off, but not perfect. All right, so let's come back over here and We'll give that a little bit more time while we plop in some houses. Now this whole rigmarole here with this, we need a track for them to be able to get trains into here. But to be honest, we probably could just do it here or something. But I don't think we need all this loop and crossing and all this stuff. So we're going to get rid of that. All right, this was all so they could construct that rail bridge. All right, so we can get rid of all of this. The reason for that is to be able to put our houses in like we have them on the other side. So we're going to put a road across this way. And then for these houses. Right. A little bit further off. Right. Kind of close. Not really. Yeah, I don't really want to attach these guys to this one because it's not done. Maybe we can get this one. And that's not a paved road either there, is or walking road either. Well, let's upgrade that, even though that kind of made it a few things. We'll let them get this done. All right, so we'll hold off on designing too much more of that. Let's go give one last look. Now, one of the reasons this may be working a little bit better is because we don't have quite so many people over here, right? Like, so they escaped. So you can definitely see they're getting the majority of what they need, but if it's because a bunch of them escaped, that could be a factor too. And I would say keep in mind, I do at some point I am willing to quit in the sense of we'll just put a store here, and I didn't necessarily want to do that. I want to see how well this rail works out, but don't think I'm trying to be that obstinate about it if it really doesn't seem like it's going to work, but I'm willing to give it the college try, as we say. All right, and I think, are we done? No. Okay, we're not done those roads yet. All right, well, there we go. So now there's just a bunch more road assignments. Now, are you auto searching? No. Let's get you assigned to more stuff. I think you already got that one, right? There we go. We'll assign this guy to some other stuff. Well, we're never going to... I was really intending for these to be focused in on helping with that other area, but... All right. Oh, you can't do a footpath, can you? That was kind of silly. This got broke up into little projects. Okay. All right. So how are we doing in Plastic Town? Or I'm sorry, Plaster Town is over there. Petrokemsk. We have many roads that we're working on. Gas station still not in. Yeah, we just have lots and lots of projects, though I have been building the rails over into here, which look like they're getting darn near done. Yeah, I don't know if that's causing much for backups without much signaling there, but it seems to be. I'm happy with it for now. And then what about here? Okay, so we're still doing this road here, and Yeah, we need to get in there, get these roads done, and then I can get the rest of the... We can almost get this fired up after that. Well, we'd want to get some more of these houses completed. And these guys have their two. That's the rail construction that we're coming in from the one way. And then over here, how are we doing? Nothing. Yeah, they seem to hit. Yeah, I need to get these. Well, this guy, yeah, no, he's blocked because I got to get these railroad stations completed, but then they should be able to get in here, though it's a bit awkward. All right, maybe we'll assign this guy to come in here. Now they should have a crossing. We're just gonna have one train working on in there again. It's so long. We only have this many railroad tracks to build over here. Like, the real thing I need to do is get them past these stations so they can start building more of this. But for now, yeah, this track doesn't attach in any way. Yeah, I really need to get those stations built. So I'm going to try to prioritize those to the point where, let's make sure this guy, it's definitely assigned that, right? Now this road. Yeah, see, these guys are just auto doing the road, so we have to get... Yeah, that's a lot of... Oh, wait, do we even have a road to this? Let's take a look. I don't think we have a road. And this is... No, that's not the one. This is the run, and it does have a road. It's going to be a while before we get in there. And we could possibly think about putting another road out this way, right? Even if it's just a temporary work kind of road, or maybe even extending this dirt road. Yeah, that wouldn't hurt, right? Just put a dirt road. Too steep. Okay. Your game save. My buddy, the game save. There you go. All right. It's not going to hurt them getting in to do some of this stuff. Look at that. No, no trucks in the construction. So we got them busy enough already. That's all right. We'll focus a little bit of our effort on Revergrad here. It deserves our TLC. And as things slow down, the next few episodes are probably going to be a bit like this. We can talk about, once we work out some of the issues and feel comfortable with what's going on here, I will probably ramp up some more people over here. But let's see. And it may just prove that, this is just not enough shopping centers. I mean, heck, we could probably put one here and here if we thought it would help, right? Where these people could get the shopping centers as well as the other things. All right, so now... Did we leave enough time for the escapees where we can... Like, I really don't think we're getting escapees from over here. So let's see. Last month... Well, it is less. It's not like it's some drastic... Like, we're still getting some, I would have to say. All right, if we look at this year, maybe that tells us... But it is, well, you can't look at that last dot because that's not a full period of time. So, but it does, I'd have to say it's definitely down a bit. But let's just see if the move-in plus 21-year-olds does the trick, right? So we're going to just take our chances and try to grab people randomly throughout the city. Cities that we know are going to have plus 21s. This one only has 73 in it. Now, would we put them in here? I think we'd put them... Well, I think we should ramp this up to see if we start having problems again. All right, let's just take... Now, they might start escaping from here, of course, but... We'll just see if we don't have... Then the other thing is I don't think we want to move like too many people. Yeah, these are all full. Where was it that there weren't full? Yeah, let's try over here. Right, I don't want to like just completely swamp the buildings because they're gonna have to. Right, so what did that do? I forget. We should have looked at what our plus 21-year-olds were before. Let's see what happens if we get them down off of there a bit. Now, what are we doing here? No kindergarten. Unable to get food and meat. Now, is that... How many's not able to get food and meat? Let's see. Why? You can't... Yeah, but you can go here. I guess it's not a train trip, so they don't actually... Well, let's just try this. I'm just going to purchase this. Did that make any difference to you? Now, you know what might make a difference, though? Yes, now you can walk there. So can you. Okay, good. Look at all those people going to the university. Good job. Get in there. Alright, so how did our plus 21s end up? Well, there's still quite a few of them. So let's go see where else we may have some plus 21s. Like, we could take, like, a couple people out of here. I don't want to... Briska... There's not too many people, so I gotta remember not to... Yeah, is this town all full? Nah, it's not really all full. Chemsaw. Yeah, they're pretty full. Yeah, let's take some people out of Chemsaw. And again, as much to be an experiment... Now, Kameen, it's been a while since I even looked over here. I bet you they're full. Yeah, we'll take a few more out of here. Now, are we ready to put people over in Plastertown? Where is Plastertown? Boy, this map is getting big. I need to start using this thing, clicking around. No one lives here, but we have food and clothes and such, right? We have sports, we have power. We need fire trucks. All right, well, let's give it a shot and put some people over here. Can't hurt, right? Well, I mean, it could hurt, but... Yeah, let's just take a few more out of Chemsaw. Yeah, this is a big house. Oops, didn't mean to escape. Another boy, but look at them beelining into the hospital. Okay. Yeah, we should have teachers, kindergarten, sports. And I think we should be okay. Now, the fire trucks are on their way, and then we should get people into there. But what we can do... Now, did we get a bus stop? Well, they could go to a train stop and get workers. All right. Let us... Yeah, I think I'm feeling pretty comfortable about what's going on here. just want to take a few out of here. What was going on with Lambriska there? There was something flashing. Good. Now we're down to... Why was that house flashing so much? Without power supply, what? I thought I had you... I mean, why would you, of all people, not have enough power? No kindergarten. No, you have a kindergarten. Yeah, why do we not have power? Is it because we're just trying to supply too much with one thing? But you would have thought I would have had that problem before. Yeah, no, we have another power. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, look, this one's fine. And it's not even using that much power. Why is this one using so many megawatts? I don't know. I mean, look how many megawatts this one's using, but that one's using hardly any. Yeah, they can only go up to 2. Okay, well, I guess I don't think we're overloading power here. You know, just if anybody should have good power, it should be these ones right near here. So I think I'm just going to buy this. I'm sort of in the just buy it mode, right? Right, I don't want these people not to have power. Right, and it's... Oh, is it because I only have a little... No, we have the heavier power lines over here. There we go. Yeah, I guess maybe that's supplying power to these things, even though this one's closer. Yeah, well, there you go. So that mystery's solved. And one of the reasons I purchased that is I didn't feel like moving a construction office all the way back into here. Okay. Well, I wonder if that's why we didn't end up, being happy at some point. Workers with basic education. Is that really a problem? Because we're... Like, do they have to have a basic education? Look at that. We refilled those right back up over here. Yeah, let's take some more out. Yeah, let's take a few more out of here. There were definitely plenty of plus 21-year-olds in that area. Huh? Yeah, how are you doing? Yeah, you got a lot. Yeah, we've definitely got a lot more people. Just kind of looking for a house that could use some. And then we'll see if... Yeah, let's take a look here. Yeah, look, we're down to 1,600. And then it's the 8th this year. Let's just take a look. Yeah, we'll see. This month, 59. Last month, we're still losing some. it could be because like some of them just don't go to get food. Is that part of it? It's just that they're not making it to get the food. And then I guess I want to have a little more patience. When we get this other loop built around here and it's still they're not happy because they're not getting all the stuff they need, then I think I definitely will maybe, if that makes sense, come in here. Yeah, this got built. Yeah, let's get those kindergartens built. Yeah, those guys, are they getting enough? And these have two. Okay, so that sort of makes sense that they didn't have as many kindergartens as the other places. We shall get a handle on our escapes. Yeah, we still have 1,600. Better go check on how people are doing over in Plaster City. Make sure they're... Yeah, well, their happiness will go up as they get all their needs met. And we'll get them a university pretty shortly, I hope. So I'm thinking... Yeah, with students, we don't want students, so we don't want passengers. All right. And then maybe we could set this guy. Yeah, we should have. Yeah, we'll see how well this goes, but instead of going to Autograd train platform, let's set this guy to go here. And just to make it different. All right. And then we'll get at least this one to get its workers. I don't know. I guess it would be better to get them from here, except I don't think we have a lot of people on this side of town going to work there for some reason. Yeah. So maybe we'll go grab some more. Tagliati probably. Oh, we got to keep an eye on Tagliati. Are they getting... It was a few episodes ago. We set them to... Yeah, they're getting educated. Are they getting... Yeah, look, they're definitely being educated by bus all the way over to Electrical Town. So, good. I don't even know that we need a thing, but I want to take a few people out of here just for the sake of, we could use more over in this area. Plus, I think we got plus 21-year-olds there. So that should get rid of more plus 21-year-olds, I would think. Is the number going down or up? We're staying the same. But we got a lot of people. All right, so. And then when did we start moving our plus 21-year-olds? Kind of probably would have been a good idea to look at that. Now, how are we doing here? Are people generally happy? Yes. So we could probably take... Probably add a few more people in here, even though I'm not sure that we really need to. Now, are there areas of... Yeah, see, this area is still just growing. This area... Yeah, let's take a few people out of here. Right, and I think, would they... There's a school... How's our firehouse doing? Good. Yeah, I think they could get everything they needed over here. Let's give it a shot, because, well, it's kind of a long walk without footpaths. Yeah, they can't walk through that building. They're going to have to walk around this way. Yeah, I don't think that's unreasonable. Let's just put a few in here, and then we'll... Put more over here. Since it seems to be working. All right, and I'm deliberately not closing those other ones because we'll see if we can see if they rebound their numbers back up. And if so, no, not totally. All right, now we're plus 21s are dropping. And our escapes dropping. I see we're already up to 100, but we're halfway through the month, which, like, let's see, last month we had 262, so if it's definitely dropping. It's just kind of hard to find a place for everybody. So let's see, where can this guy... Yeah, so he can get to... Oh, he can't get to the cinema. He can get to the bus stop, the trolley stop, but we're not really quite ready to fire up the trolley, are we? We need to get... That's the fire station. Don't we have a trolley depot? Would have been a good idea to build a trolley depot. What is this? I don't know, but the trolley depot would really have been a good idea. Well, let's see. Let's build a trolley depot since... Yeah, do you see any other building that might have been it? No, that's another shopping center. Nah, I don't know. It's kind of bigger than I was picturing it for, or hoping. Nah. Not necessarily want it in the middle of town. Yeah, how about right here on an angle? Hopefully it's covered by power if it needs to be. Let's see, we'll get this guy to build it, along with 17 other different roads. Good, these guys are plugging away into here, which won't take them too long. Good. All right, so now, how are we doing? Plus 21 down to 13. Yeah, we'll just have to see. Now, are we overwhelming these stores? Not with that train, we didn't. Like I said, I think definitely want to try to stick with this until... Because if we can get trains on this inner loop going... You know, speaking of which, you know, I think we could get them... You know, just to even things out a little bit more at that point. Yeah, is this finally done? Yeah, because I want to get those... Well, really, I should get this one done first, but that's not done. Yeah, let's assign this guy is busy. Yeah, they're all kind of busy. Let's get... Yeah, this one's got more stuff he can shake a stick at. But getting those railroad stations done will get it to where I can... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think I just need to be a little bit patient at that point. And I think I'm going to call it an episode here pretty shortly. Let's see. Let's just play time for it. We'll go up to about the hour mark, and then we'll come back and we'll do some more. And I might do a little bit of observing. All right, let's look for some more... That one's still got full load. Yeah, let's take a few more people out of Kameen in the last few minutes. Seems like we have still a lot there. And yeah, where would we put them? We could put more people in Plaster City. Where am I going? Oh, you know what? We didn't take anybody out of Autograd either. Let's put a few more of these guys into here. All right, let's see if the numbers... Was there another one? Yeah, okay. Well, it's still falling a bit. So, yeah, we'll see if the plus 21-year-olds were the main reason. And I think we probably have the auto grad we could do of two ways. We can actually build a couple more houses. All right, and then we could probably take a few people out of here. Yeah, so we probably got bunches of plus 21-year-olds in all these big houses here. Yeah, so let's sort of, I don't really want to max this out, but I just sort of want to get to the point I feel like, look at that, that number didn't even go down for a while. Yeah, let's see. Look, that number doesn't even go down. I mean, I clicked 3 or 4 times. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's, I've just moved like 40 or 50 people in before that. Yeah, let's see. That probably took a big chunk. Yeah, look at that. We're down to 1,100 of them. Cool. Yeah, it's still falling pretty good. Yeah, so I don't know that there's too much you can do. I don't think you can give them contraceptives. But look, we're going to get down below 1,000, and I wonder now when you, in the grand scheme of things, we've got 47,000. So I don't necessarily need to encourage that much population growth, but we are getting these cities ready. And I guess at some point, if you stop growing your map, I don't know what you're supposed to do. I guess they just escape is almost like an overload function. Yeah, if we were to look at the escapes this month too. Yeah, it seems, let's see, this year, yeah, it definitely seems to be down. So, you know, if the only reason we have so many escapes is because we have so many plus 21-year-olds, I'm kind of happy with that, though. I wish there was a different mechanism to know whether or not they're not happy because they're plus 21, or are they not happy because they're, you know, they're just not getting all their stuff like we had over here. But yeah, in between the episodes, I would definitely take a look and see what we could figure out, and we'll keep plugging away at this. I don't think we need this little section of rail. That was just we don't have another one over here. No. Good. So we'll have a rail going around there. We'll get some more houses designed once we get some of these roads built. And we'll come back, and I think, you know, I'm not 100% convinced, but it definitely seems like our escapes are going. And then the other thing we'll probably do as we get all that going is we'll have this radio station built, and we can start trying to get some people into here. That's the other alternative for having these stops, is to get workers. So we'll have some people living here, but we could also possibly have workers coming in through these other train stops. All right. And then we can sort of ramp up our television and start doing our broadcasting. Some people said I should do it balanced. Maybe they didn't realize I have 6 radio stations. So balanced is everybody turned up to full blast at that point. So good. Well, let me know what you think. And, you know, I welcome your comments. Thank you for your likes and subscriptions, as always. I definitely appreciate them. And I will, you know, hopefully see you in the next episode. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.